This is one of the most common AC service repair calls people make because their AC stopped working. Last year, you went full blast on your AC running 24/7, and then winter comes, you stop using it and it sits for a while, and then you restart it up this summer again. And over a course of time, you repeat this process over and over, and suddenly your AC stops working. Now you're gonna call an HVAC service repairman, and he's gonna charge you regardless because you're gonna pay for his gas, his time, his coffee, his donuts. And when the smoke clears and it's all said and done, you end up with this hefty repair bill that's worth hundreds of dollars that could have been easily avoided if you only knew how easy it was to do it yourself. So what I'm talking about here is a clogged evaporator condensate drain. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix it, how to mitigate it, and how to prevent it so it doesn't happen ever again. So make sure you stay tuned. Now before I go dive in and show you how to fix this problem, let me explain to you what causes this to happen. Turn on your AC, your evaporator coil gets cold, and then air rushes past right through it and then blows out through your vents, and that's what causes all the cold air to come out of your register. Your A coil or your evaporator coil starts exercising like crazy and it starts sweating, which causes that condensation. Condensation drips on pan, which goes eventually out of your house. 3/4 inch PVC piping. You can see it like sticking out of your house. If your furnace is located below ground level, it can't rely on gravity to push it out of your house, so it will have to rely on a condensate pump, which will pump out water every few hours or so, pushes out the water out of your house. What causes your condensate drain to block up? Well, all that stagnant water that's been sitting on your condensate drain pipes develop mold, gets gummy, all that debris just settles in there and develops on the inside layers of that pipe, which eventually a big chunk later on gets in that little tiny hole that's left and clogs it up. It's kind of like a clogged artery. So most of the time your drain pipe doesn't just go straight out of your house in a straight line. It goes through different bends, elbows, which is prone to cloggage. So make sure you stay throughout this whole video because I'm going to show you 3 safe ways on how you can clean this out, what to avoid, and if you stay at the very end, I'm going to show you this really cool preventative measure that you can take so this never happens again. So right here's my condensate drain, and you can see that there's water there because we've been using the AC quite frequently. It's getting hotter now. So what I'm going to use is a wet dry vacuum. This is clean on the inside. Take out the filter, and you can see it's clean, and we're going to find out how much buildup we can get. I'm going to take this connection out and just use this hose so I can run it like this. Bend it, and it fits perfectly on this drain like that. Even put tape around it just so it can have a nice seal, but you can use your hands. So now I'm going to turn on my vacuum, run it for a few minutes. Ooh. So while I was running that, I felt my hose starting to wobble and felt mass just coming out of there. So I'm very curious on what we're going to see inside that vacuum. Let's go check it out. I'm very curious, kind of nervous. Oh wow, look at that. This is all the water that's been sitting there on my drain pipe. So let's go and dump this out and see what we find. I think the biggest one that I got is this right here. Some sort of sludge. I'm very fortunate that that's just the stuff that came out of mine, but I've seen other evaporator drains that are just plain out nasty because they don't change out their air filters. Luckily, I change mine every few months or so. That's why you always have to keep up with your filters. Constantly change your filters so you don't end up having any blocked drainage. The vacuum method is great, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to get all that buildup inside the walls of the pipe. So what we need to do is we need to agitate all that buildup in there. And you can use this simple, safe tool, which is this little tiny snake. Let me show you. So sometimes using the vacuum is not enough. It's not going to get all that buildup inside the pipe. So what I suggest is using this little snake right here. It's a 10-foot snake and it's light duty. It's not that thick. It's only about an 1/8 inch in diameter. I highly suggest do not use an auger like this one. This is about a 1/4 inch diameter. It's heavy duty, and on the tip it's about 1/2 inch as well. This could probably damage your pipes. This is 10 feet and it's probably not going to go all the way, but if you go 10 feet in here and if you go inside and do another 10 feet on the other side, total of 20 feet, that should do enough so that can agitate whatever is build up in there. And it's super easy to use. Take one end and feed it through the drain. Hey there friends, sorry to interrupt, but if you're finding this video super helpful so far, kindly hit that big thumbs up and the subscribe button. It'll greatly help out the channel. That being said, let's get back to the video. like that. And that's 10 feet in there. And it has this handle here. You're going to start twisting. And as you twist, you're going to start rotating it and slowly come out like that. All the way. And you're just agitating the inside of that pipe. And that's pretty much it. Now, since we did that vacuum already, it's pretty clean in there. But if you have serious buildup, this would be filled with all that gunk. Now, if you're interested in this 10-foot little snake right here, it's an 1/8 thick. It's light duty, so it's good for these PVC. It won't harm it. You won't disconnect any connections. I'll leave the link on the description down below. And if you're watching the big screen, I'll leave the QR code right here. It'll take you all the tools that I use within this video. Now let's go inside, open up the evaporator coil, and let's start on the drain side there and do the same thing. So one thing that's very tempting and I highly suggest avoid doing is using compressed air. You don't know who installed your drain pipe before you or if they did it properly with all the right glues and connections. And using compressed air could disrupt and disconnect those lines, creating further problems. So using compressed air, highly suggest not using it. So my furnace right here, my evaporator coil is right down there because I have a downflow system. Now let's get access to it. I'm gonna use an 8mm socket bit so I can get all these screws out. Once you get all the screws out, you should be able to pop out the cover easily. You can see that here are the coils. They get cold and they start sweating. Condensation goes and collects onto this tray, and you can see it's wet and it goes down. My drain for this is located right on that corner that goes down to my crawl space and out the house. You're gonna find your cleanout. There's a cleanout portion pipe right here. Your evaporator drain should have some sort of cleanout that you can remove. Now here's a prime example of why you shouldn't use compressed air, because you never know if they did this correctly or if they glued it. This should be removable, but if I twist it, it doesn't come out, and this whole pipe here comes out. You can get access to the drain easily through here. I can stick my snake in through there easily and start feeding it like what I did on the outside. Now for my third method and how you can clean out this drain pipe is just use hot tap water, and I put it on this water bottle. Do not use boiling water because boiling water can soften or damage PVC fittings and glue joints. It could disconnect all those joints and whatnot. If you have stubborn algae or slime buildup, a lot of HV techs use distilled vinegar, about 1 cup. Now what I like to use is this cheap funnel. It expands like so you can make it bend on whatever directions that you want. Make it look like this, make it easier for you. Just easily drain it out like so. And you're just gonna slowly drain it out, and it should come out of your drain. Once that's done, you can place back the cover on your Cleanout. Now for the final bonus tip that I got for you is preventative measures. You want to prevent this from happening in the future, so you want to do your due diligence on proper maintenance. And I highly suggest that you use this condensate pan treatment. This has 100 tablets, which will take you a long way, and you just use 2 tablets for 5 tons of AC monthly. Super easy to use. 2 pieces of this, and you're just gonna drop it right on the drain pan. So once you put the 2 tablets by the drain, all the condensation from this A coil will start dripping on the pan. It will liquefy or dissolve those 2 tablets and let it flow and distribute all the way through your drain lines. So this has great reviews and high rating on Amazon. That's why I got this one. If you're interested on this same one that I'm using, I'll leave a link on the description down below. And if you're watching on the big screen at home, kind of click on this QR code. It'll take you directly to all the tools, including this one, to everything that I use on this video. There you have it, friends. Just by following these super easy steps, this will help prevent your AC from breaking down, further the life of your AC unit, and will increase efficiency. And the best part is you never have to call an HVAC service repair guy to come over and do this simple fix and charge you so much money just by doing this simple task that you can do yourself at home. So let me know in the comment section down below if you tried any of the tips that I show you today, and if you have any other methods that you do to help maintain your AC unit. Again, friends, if you found this video super helpful, kindly hit that big thumbs up, press the subscribe notification bell, and I'll see you, friends, on the next video.